Alrighty folks, this is random, very random because I haven't plugged in forever. Today is, haven't felt that very good, a very hard time breathing. Well, surgery is scheduled May 24th, so that'll be good. What do we got here? Let's get it a little nasty. Let's put a little more gain. I got the gain on 2, just a hair over 2. Alright, so I'm going to do a lesson. I want it on clean. A lesson on for creativity for you guitar players to improve your creativity. It's cold down here. That's why I got this on. This is down in the basement where the laundry is and all that. And it's electric heat here, so with the way the electricity bill has been ridiculous down here, now that winter has waned somewhat, we got this temperature set at 60 down here. Upstairs, it's, normal. So what I want to do today is do a quick thing on E minor, E major. So to expand creativity, and for the simple reason of being able to hear what they sound like, learn your pentatonic on the entire fretboard. Everybody's got their favorite little path that they'll do a little thing, whatever, the 12th fret in E or the open, and maybe a couple things in between, but it's really will expand your creativity. Learn every block of it. So then, start with the next position up, and it's this shape. You use these fingers, what I'm using for fingers, nothing else. You don't want to favor this to expand creativity. A couple things with this, learning it on the entire fretboard, which it's not much, it's only 5 shapes for your pentatonic, and using these 4 fingers, not favoring any one or the other. And when you solo, and you come up with a riff that you create, use whatever fingers works best for you. But to get these down under your belt, this is the fingering you want to use. Alternate pick it all, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can also start with an up and go, just keep it alternating. So either or. I used to practice both. There's a reason for using these fingers, and of course learning them on the entire fretboard from bottom to top. I call this the bottom, and I call that the top because of the notes. The notes are lower, bottom, and the top is the higher notes. It's not the physical thing, it's the notation. And then your next position up, you would start with your middle finger at the A note, and here's the shape. This is the shape of the 3rd box of any minor pentatonic. The shape of the first one is the one we did. I'm doing it in E because we're actually starting with the number 1 box. If I did it in a different key, if I did it in G, we'd be starting here and it'd be the number 4 box, the number 5 box in G, because now we'd be getting to the first box in G, which means the position where you're starting with that root note. Anyways, back to the E. Number 2 box has this shape, no matter what key you do it in. And then number 3 box is this shape. So notice that step over. Now, when you solo, you don't have to do this, but when you're practicing and getting it under your belt, alternate picking and using these fingers is crucial, because it's developing these fingers for later soloing where you might not use them, and all of a sudden you're able to add other notes in it because of that baby finger being wakened up, if you will. You don't want to just be stuck in that, with just them 2 fingers, because they're the stronger fingers, and yeah, when you solo you might use them. When you're soloing and you want to play a little faster or more endurance, then you use whatever fingers you want. But when you're working these to develop them, use these fingers. The next box up, your 4th block, you start at the B note. This is E minor pentatonic, and watch the fingers I'm using. Then your last box, before you come back to the same shape we started with, number 5 box is this shape. And again, no matter what key you do it in, it's this shape. What? Alright? And then now you get back to your number 1 box. So, and then they repeat themselves. I'm not going to take the time up here. It's the same thing we did here. Second shape. So there you go. So, and then to take those and work towards, creating riffs and moving in and out of them. Another thing that's good to do with these is this is E minor pentatonic, start at the first block, and then slide up and go down using the correct fingers I did in the first showing of this. Is slide up from here and go down with the baby finger. The reason for that is, in this block, you've got a couple of notes over here, and this is to avoid moving your hand and going, and going, this way here. I didn't have to move my hand. I was able to execute it all. This finger's for anything on that fret, this one for that one, this one for that, and that one for that one. Same thing here. So go like this. Slide up. Switch fingers. It'll help you be able to move and do it more smoothly by using that fingering. So I want to hurry up and go on to the E major. I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes. So now E major pentatonic is C sharp minor pentatonic, is the same thing. So we're going to take that C sharp minor pentatonic. That will be the number 1 block of C sharp minor, and then this one would be kind of like the number 3 block. We're going to start here. So yeah, this is the number 3 block. Remember how we did the number 3 block in E minor here? 3 things in a row with the middle finger and baby finger. So your C sharp minor pentatonic is also E major. So if you want to think of it in C sharp minor pentatonic, that's fine. But this is the number 3 block of C sharp minor pentatonic shape. You got that step over in your 3rd block, and it's that way no matter what key you do these in. All these shapes just move for whatever key you want to play them in. Alright, and then so the next block up, number 4 block of C sharp minor. It's E major, but I'm just trying to help you understand where it's coming from. It's the C sharp minor. Alright, so starting at the G sharp note here, and we got, watch the fingers. Alright. And then your last block, your 5 block of C sharp minor, is the same shape as the 5 block was in E minor, only that one was over here. This one's here. And then your number 1 block of C sharp minor, which that's your E major pentatonic blocks, and then your E major, pure E major would be right here. It's all pure E major, you know. So basically, your E minor, I don't want to confuse you. So that's what it is. But you got to shape this in E minor here. Shapes, we're just simply moving them down 3 frets to get to the major, because E minor pentatonic comes from G major. So if we, like here, E minor, you start at the next block and that's your major from that E minor. It's G major. So there's your E minor is from G major. C sharp minor is from E major. So there you go. That's your relative. Any major key, your relative minor is 3 frets down from that major note. 1, 2, 3, C sharp minor. And if I focus on the going E to E, you hear the pure E major. when you learn all them blocks, it will expand your creativity crazy. I sit down, usually in the evening, watching something on TV, and sitting there noodling with these things, you know? And I'll do like different patterns with it, like 6 count in a root note, say with the E major. Then I'll go to the next block up and stay in that E major. And do those kind of things. Those are potential riffs. I'll do the same thing with the E minor. You know, you start finding things, and that's what the creativity's all about, is learning. When you got all these blocks under your belt, you're not searching in the dark. You know, and you get to where you can walk from block to block without searching in the dark, and you can create all kinds of endless riffs. You know? You want to be able to move, you know, you don't want to have to park in a spot and then stop and find another position. You want to be able to be unlimited and play what you want to hear. Same with the major. You know? That kind of thing, you know? So there you go, a little lesson on E minor and E major. And toying around with picking one of those keys and toying around with each one of the blocks and finding things, you know.